So, if you've seen my video on Alex Azar and trying to lower the cost of prescription drug prices, you're a little familiar with him. Well, he's the head of the Health and Human Services Department. He just got sworn in on Monday, I believe. And here's another thing he's up to. So, Trump approves Indiana Medicaid work requirements. Certain Medicaid recipients in Indiana will be required to work or volunteer at least 20 hours a week in order to qualify for benefits as part of a 3-year waiver approved Friday by the Trump administration. Indiana is just the second state in the country to get work requirements for Medicaid beneficiaries approved. Kentucky became the first last month after the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services released guidance encouraging states to institute work requirements. Indiana's program, quote, recognizes that Medicaid can become a pathway out of poverty, said Alex Azar, Secretary of Health and Human Services. In a Friday speech in Indiana, Azar said 130,000 able-bodied adults will need to meet these new requirements. So 130,000 Indianans will now need to go out and find community service or a volunteer job or a real job to be able to keep getting their benefits. In addition to that, the Healthy Indiana program, or HIP, is what this extension was added under. It's going to require beneficiaries to pay based on a tiered income system. So if you're making $15,000 a year, you're going to be paying less on your Medicaid premium than somebody who's making $20,000 a year. And I don't like that. I think if you're paying for Medicaid, you should be paying the same prices as anybody else on Medicaid, so far as they're actually paying, if you understand what I'm saying. Because some people do get Medicaid for free, but it's hugely important to understand that the majority of those people are elderly and can't work. There's going to be a ton of able-bodied people that just don't have a disability registered with the state. So you could have a fucked up knee, and you're going to have to do these requirements. You're going to have to meet these so you can get your health insurance, so you can get that knee fixed. You want that knee, don't you, old man? They also include new funding authority to expand treatments for options under Medicaid for enrollees struggling with substance abuse, including opioid addiction. Governor Eric Holder said there would be a $80 million a year program available. So that I don't have a problem with, other than the fact that it's coming out of the state's Medicaid funding. If you're going to do something to curb opioid or any kind of other addiction, that shouldn't come out of the Medicaid budget. That should come out of a whole new budget for the whole state. It shouldn't be exclusive just to Medicaid recipients. That's insane. So you're taking money out of the program that helps people and giving it back to a program for drug addicts. So if you're not doing drugs and you're on Medicaid and you are working 20 hours a week, it's kind of unfair to you, because you didn't ask for your state's Medicaid fund to be diminished just so people could have health or to have opioid addiction services. That should be coming out of a whole nother program. But I like the intention, but I don't think Alex Azar has the public's health and safety in mind. I don't think he gives two shits in a shingle about any of it. So the administration allowed Indiana to charge premiums equal to 2% of a person's income, as well as establish a 6-month lockout provision for noncompliance. So if you don't pay, you're getting locked out of your Medicaid for 6 months. So if anything happens between then and the time that you need your medical insurance, you're fucked. And this is obviously a way to punish people. Because I don't have a problem saying people on Medicaid should work, or people on receiving government benefits that are able-bodied and are just sitting on their ass at home. Of course they should go and get a job. I'm not in favor of paying anybody to do nothing, but I think it's a little crazy to say that you have to do it, because that's not what the Medicaid system's about. It's about providing insurance. It's not about weighing that insurance with the amount you contribute to your society or your municipality or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. So this is crazy. If you have a problem with this, like I do, shit, I'm running out of ideas here because it's all going downhill so fast. We're gonna see more states do this. Every conservative state you can imagine is almost guaranteed to implement this in one form or another, trying to basically kill Medicaid through any way they can. Because I read the Libertarian Party's platform that's being pushed by the Koch brothers. Koch brothers are basically the guys behind the curtain rubbing their hands together. They fund all the politicians. They pay Paul Ryan to have ideas. They pay Mitch McConnell to have ideas. They pay every lobbyist in DC, just about. I mean, obviously not every lobbyist, but tons of lobbyists in DC. They have think tanks. They have institutions. And that's what we're up against. This is so important. So important to the 2018 midterms. We have to get a majority Democratic Senate. We have to get a Democratic majority, or this is going to keep happening. It's going to get worse, and there's not going to be a way to fix it. So, yeah.